I think that we should be able to find somewhere else to ground this wire.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure there's lots of real estate for it.
Real estate.
Ooh, the first bolt.
I'm trying to level this out because it seems to me that the frame is a little tweaked. If you look at it standing back to the front, it looks like the passenger side frame is twisted up. So I'm trying to level the frame out and seeing if it's suspension droop or suspension failure, which isn't a big deal because we're redoing the suspension anyway. But that's kind of what Johnny and I are messing with right now. And because if the frame's twisted or bent or whatever, we're gonna have to build a whole new frame, and our buddy needs to know that. So the jack stands we have aren't tall enough to get the rear end off the ground unsupported on the suspension. So we got some, what is it, a 2x12?
2x6?
2x8
maybe? I don't know.
We're gonna cut that up and shove it underneath our jack stand. And it may be not advised, it may not be 100% safe, but why not? We need to get up a couple more inches, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. All right, there we go.
Right.
We're level.
Obviously it's off right there because the floor has a slope.
Yeah, so we looked the orange level on the floor, and we're a little high left on the floor, which means why we're a little high left here on this bubble. So we are level as level can be. Frame is straight, true as far as we can tell. So now the fun stuff begins. Johnny's gonna cut the exhaust.
Ta-da!
Is that fun?
Yeah. So much fun. I'm just pulling the wiring harness back just to get it out of the way. You know what I mean?
So for now, I think we're just gonna pull as much out of the rear end to take some measurements so we can make our notch. And then we're gonna move to the front end, right?
So there is, looks like a quarter tank in there.
So that's not bad.
Not terrible. At least it's not full.
Yeah. So we got the fuel tank out, as you saw in that awesome montage. And that's kind of pretty much what we're gonna do now. We wanted to get that stuff out of the way so we could take some measurements for our notch, which we've already done, and we'll show you how to do that when we have our notch and all that, and we'll get ready to put that in. But for now, we are going to go to the front of the vehicle. We're going to disassemble the front end. And blow everything apart. Take the factory spindles off, take the springs out. That's probably all we're gonna get done today is the disassemble on the front end. Be careful when you store this thing. This is already finished and it does not seem to be in bad condition. So we're gonna try to keep it.
You said condition.
Do not set this directly on a hard surface that it will be roughed up. We want to save this.
Don't set it on a hard surface or I'll kill.
Yeah. So
you don't want to kill.
Set it into a box or on top of a rag or what have you. Don't set it straight on the concrete. Don't be an idiot. Yeah, hand me that. Let me put this up. Should always put your tools up when you're done using them.
Nah.
My toolbox is behind me, so I'm just reaching up, putting them in the drawer. Oh.
I'm just gonna lay over here until he's done taking that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see Johnny. He's on the other side.
All right.
They can't see you. He's not important today. Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
trick for tie rods, like I said, you want to hit on the side, not on the bottom, on the side. Doesn't work every time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, pickle fork time. The pickle fork. So what happens is,
I prefer not to use those.
yeah, you hit it on something and it makes a, huh? Right? So you can tune your get fiddle. Boing! All right. So now we need the jack, put some tension on this thing, and we can get the ball joints off.
Hooray!
Did you catch that? We're gonna use the jack to put it on the thing, jack it up,
To jack it up.
take tension off of the thingies, and they're already loose, really loose. So, obviously the key here is to stay out of the way of the spring. It could hurt very bad. Jack underneath the lower A-arm. I'm gonna jack it up. So there's a little Allen head in this upper ball joint so that you can hold it still and you won't be spinning it. See, it's all the way up. And if you look at the pigtail, is hanging us up. See it right there. And there's not a whole lot of tension on it, but you still need to be careful. Wanna hand me that hammer and the big screwdriver? Ugh.
Spring removed.
And there you go.
Here's your screwdriver.
Oh, oh, I guess this lower one didn't bang loose. Put jack back underneath it?
Nope.
Remember the tuning fork? Ding!
There we go.
And we don't like using the tuning fork, and I'll show you why. Usually you just bang the side of the spindle and the ball joints will come loose. And here's why. See all that yummy grease?
Yeah.
That's from the lower ball joint exploding.
Now it needs new ball joints.
Now, if we get a closer look, what that tuning fork does,
It's a pickle fork.
when you jam it in the side, it rips the boot. See how the boot's ripped now? This one's not bad. It's probably usable, but it definitely squeezed all the grease out. So, I don't like using them for that reason.
Sometimes you have to, though.
But,
Hooray.
what?
Pork chop sandwiches.
Oh, that's cool. Go hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. You can also check out our website at garagejunkyapparel.com. We have all our shirts available for purchase. We'll see you next week.